We share the notepad. Where is the notepad? Okay. So are we clear on three things? Test case, designing. That is done. Any doubt on this? How to write the test cases? Nandini, Subhashni, Abdul. This part is done. You are able to write the test cases in test trail.
Yes, sir.
And test execution as well. This we have done on the test trail. And this we have done on the test trail. And defect management. Any doubt on the defect? We are using Jira. So these things are clear, correct? You are able to write the test cases, you are able to execute the test cases, and you are able to raise a defect as well in Jira, correct?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Great. This was very important. Let's move to another concept of Agile. Okay, so I'll give you some background of this, why we need an Agile. So whenever you join any organization, you need to follow some process. Okay, and there are some terms which you will face in whenever you join any organization. Suppose, for example, sprint planning. Then you will see some terms Scrum, and then you will face sprint retrospective, then product owner, sorry guys for the background noise. Okay, so we have product owner, then engineering team, then product owner, engineering team, and then Scrum Master. Okay, so you will see these terms being used in the organization whenever you join. Okay, so I will come to that part and I will guide you like whenever you join any organization so that you will be familiar with these words. Okay, now what is Agile? So we have learned two things in software development life cycle. Correct? This is SDLC. Okay. What is it is? What is a SDLC, guys? Tell me.
Software development life cycle.
Yes, software development life cycle, and inside this we have some phases. What are the phases inside this? Tell me.
Design.
This one, requirement gathering, analysis, then designing, then coding, then testing, correct? And then deployment. This is SDLC. Okay. So this SDLC, there is a one concept which is waterfall model. Have you heard about this model, waterfall model? This is a sequential approach. Sequential. What is the meaning of sequential? It's like you have In the waterfall, you have requirement. Step one is requirement. Then once this requirement is done, then you will move to next step. Okay, step two. What it is? Analysis. Once this is done, then you will move forward to step three.
Design.
Okay, that is design. So you are just moving sequentially. Once this step is completed, then you are moving to step two, then so on step three. This is waterfall model. We are going, this is in a like sequential manner. Okay. Now there is another concept of SDLC, which is iterative incremental model. These are all theory. Okay. These are all theory. So I will spend a little time on theory so that we can just do practical on this. So this incremental model, we are just approaching an iterative one. What is an iterative? We get a requirement. Okay. Then we'll do analysis. So this is phase one. Phase one. And this will follow analysis, all the steps. And then design and coding and testing, then feedback from the client. Then again, once we get a feedback, then again we will do phase two. And in again phase two, we'll process all the complete. So in this, the principle is we are just accepting a change, welcome change. We are accepting a change from the client. So let's suppose you are building any, so you are building software, any software, and once you implement a little feature, you get some feedback from the client. And then again you are incorporating. So you are iteratively incrementing your cycles. Okay, that is iterative incremental model. Well, I will provide you the document for this also. So this is the concept. Okay, in this, once this, we are going sequentially. Once this is freeze, then we are going to the next step. Okay, here we'll do parallelly. Now come to what is agile. Okay, agile is basically a software development. One second. Yeah, it's basically a software development methodology and it is present under the umbrella of iterative incremental model. Okay, so all these are the bookish language. I'll come to that part. This one is very important. Okay, now what is agile? Now this is clear. Basically it's an methodology, and inside this we have some principles. Okay, what is the principle? Satisfaction and delivery change. Satisfaction and delivery change. So whatever we are building, we are showcasing our so let's take an example. You are creating a module, developing a one feature, developing one feature, which is I am taking an example of Orange HRM module. All are aware of what is Orange HRM portal? I have already shared link with all of you, correct?
Yes.
Now inside this, you have seen the admin module, correct? So let's take an example. We are developing a feature admin. So whenever we are developing in, and then we'll showcase our admin module to client, and client provides some feedback. So you need to incorporate the feedback again and again, showcase the demo until the client will satisfy. You need to follow the same process. So this is satisfaction and delivery change. Okay. Now in the second principle is welcome change. In this, we always welcome changes from the client. Okay, these are the two principles. Then after this agile, there is another term is Scrum. Okay, so Scrum is a model. It's basically a framework. It is a framework in which we are going to implement the agile principles. Okay, agile principle. Now, so the Scrum, basically this Scrum framework is basically a team-based approach. Team-based approach. Okay, so it's team-based approach. There are different types of roles in this. So there are 3 roles associated with Scrum. Okay, one is product owner. Now I will go slow on this. This is very important. Product owner, and then Scrum master, and then engineering team. Who involves in the engineering team? Tell me, guys. Who are the participant in engineering team?
Developers and testers.
Developers and testers, correct. Okay, so these are the 3 roles in the Scrum, and this is very important. We will go detail in each topic. Now let's just check what is the difference between agile and the Scrum. Okay, agile versus Scrum. So what is agile? Agile is software development methodology. Okay, and what is Scrum? Scrum is a framework. So it is framework which is using agile principle. Okay, which is using agile principle. And Scrum is team based. Scrum is team based approach. Okay, this one is clear. It's a process, and Scrum is a basically framework in which you are using this principles, basically agile terms. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now we'll go to the next part. What are the roles? Okay, we'll go one by one. What is product owner? What is product owner? Anybody is having any idea on this? No?
No, Ashish.
Okay. So basically product owner is the stakeholder of the project. Stakeholder of the project, and this is mainly a PM, project manager. In agile terms, we say product owner. Okay. But this is the same project manager. But when we say we are following agile process, so whenever you join any organization and they say like we are following agile process here. So in the agile process, the project manager is your product owner. Okay. So he is the stakeholder of the project, and he is the vision and product owner. Having vision of the project. Okay. Now he is the person. He is the person who maintain the complete project, and he is the person, project product owner, is responsible for creating product backlog. Now another term, product backlog. Okay, so this is product owner. Product owner is nothing but your project manager. Okay, this one is clear. This is very important. This one is clear. Who is your product owner?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now the second one is Scrum Master. Scrum Master, in some company you will see your BA. Who is BA?
Business analyst.
Business knowledge.
Yeah, business analyst. In some organization you will see, okay, so in some organization you will see your Scrum Master is your BA, and in some organization there is a one more Scrum Master in your team. Basically he is your coach of the team. So you can also do a certification for Scrum Master, and that is Certified Scrum Master Certification, CSM. Okay, if you complete this CSM certification, you will become a Scrum Master. Okay, so Scrum Master, what is the role of Scrum Master? It is basically the leader of your team and host of the team, host of the meeting, not the team, host of the meeting. So it's like this Scrum Master will schedule all the meetings. Okay, he is the host of every meeting. He will do sprint planning, and then sprint review, sprint retrospective. He will arrange all these meetings. Okay, so he is the person who basically improve the practice of the engineering. Okay, this is Scrum Master. Now third one is engineering team. In engineering team we are having developer and tester. You already aware of the developer, who is developer and who is tester, correct? Okay, now once, any doubt on three roles with the Scrum? Is it clear? Product owner, Scrum Master, and the engineering team. Any doubt on this? Product owner is nothing but your project manager, and Scrum Master may be your business analyst, and there may be a one different person who has done this CSM certification, and he is the leader of your team. He will handle all the communication between you and the stakeholders, and he will arrange all the meetings. Okay, so this is the responsibility of our Scrum Master, and then we have a engineering team. Okay, any doubt in this, these three?
Meetings means how many meetings?
Sorry?
For meetings, they have how many meetings?
Yeah, I will come to that part as well. Don't worry. So it's just like he will responsible to arrange all the meetings. I will cover all the meeting. I'll tell you that. I'm coming to that part. So the responsibility of each and every person is clear, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Now come to the meeting part. Okay. So Scrum Master is responsible. So there are different types of meeting. One is daily stand-up meeting. Okay. Daily stand-up meeting. In daily stand-up meeting, so whenever you join any organization, your day start with this activity, this meeting. Okay. Daily stand-up meeting. Whenever you join any organization, the first thing in the morning you need to do is attend this meeting. Okay. In this meeting, who will be what are the participant? Participant. Your Scrum Master. Scrum Master is your host of the meeting. Then your developer, your tester, your BA. So these are the participant in the daily stand-up meeting. And in daily stand-up meeting, what we discuss? Tell me, guys. Any doubt? Anything coming
What
in?
was yesterday's work and what is today's plan?
Yes. What in which task you are working on it? What you have done yesterday? What you are going to cover today? Any challenges you are facing? Okay, so these are the topics in which we discuss about in the daily stand-up meeting. So you will receive your task in daily stand-up meeting, and if you are already working on that some task, you need to provide the progress. Task progress. Okay, so this is the daily stand-up meeting. This one is clear? Very simple. Okay, so this is the one of the meeting, and then is sprint planning. Now, who will be the participant of sprint planning? Your Scrum Master, your developer, maybe your lead developer, not the junior one, and your lead tester, and your BA. These are the participants involved in the sprint planning meeting. Okay. Now in this sprint planning, what we are doing is we are just so let's suppose, for example, before going to sprint planning, let's understand one more thing. For example, we need to implement admin module. Okay. And admin modules before going to this project. So let's suppose we have received one project, which is Orange HRM project. Okay. This is the project you are working on it. And inside this, we have some modules. Okay. What are the modules? Admin, leave. Guys, tell me any my info, Any other module?
Application information.
Which one?
Personal information.
Okay, I think I'm not able to hear you properly. So let's suppose login and organization. So these are the modules of your project. Modules is nothing but your product backlog. Product backlog. Okay, this is your product backlog. The product backlog is all the modules, list of modules which team will develop. Okay. And this product backlog, this one is clear. What is product backlog? List of modules which team will develop. Going to develop. Okay. This is product backlog. Now come to this. Now come to the sprint planning. In this sprint planning, what we decide is what are the modules which we are going to develop in sprint 1. Sprint, let's first understand about the sprint as well. Sprint is basically duration in which we are going to implement some feature. Okay, generally this feature, generally the duration of sprint is 3 weeks. Okay, this is the general duration of the sprint. Okay, that is 3 weeks. Now we are going now in sprint planning. We are just doing a planning like what are the things we are going to cover in sprint 1. Okay, so this is your sprint 1, and this sprint 1 will be valid for 3 weeks. Okay, in 3 weeks you need to work something. And what are the works you will pick? You will pick some modules from the product backlog. So let's suppose in sprint 1 you will only develop admin and login, admin and leave. Okay, so in this sprint planning, what we are doing is list of module which we are going to develop in this sprint. This is admin and leave. In sprint 1, we will develop only these modules, admin and leave. And sprint 1 is nothing but your start date. Let's suppose 28 Feb to, yeah, let's suppose after 3 weeks, maybe 17th of March. Okay, so this is the duration in which you are going to work on this module, only this module. So this is sprint 1. In sprint 1, you need to work on these 2 modules, and this is called as sprint backlog. A little bit confusing, guys. Don't worry, we will go slowly on this. Okay, whatever we are going to work during that sprint, that is covered as sprint backlog. Whatever we are going to work in sprint, that is sprint backlog. And what is the work which we are going to which we are going to pick? That is admin and leave. So that is sprint backlog. Okay. So in this sprint planning, we'll just take the data from the product backlog. What are the modules which we are going to develop in the coming sprint? Okay. That is sprint planning. Now, third meeting is there is a one more meeting which is, I think that was sprint review. This sprint review meeting. What is a sprint review meeting? In this, basically, whatever you have developed, whatever we have developed will showcase this to client in form of demo. Okay. So this is nothing but whatever you have built, you just provide a demo to the client and take feedback from the client. If all good, we'll basically close the sprint. And then there is a one more meeting. Once the sprint is closed, then there is a one more meeting, which is sprint retrospective. Okay. In this sprint retrospective, we'll basically discuss what went wrong during the sprint, what challenges we have faced during the sprint. Am I audible to everyone?
Voice is breaking us.
Voice is breaking? Still it is breaking, or now it's clear? Hello? Am I audible? Subhashni, Nandini, Manohar, Abdul, am I audible?
Sorry.
Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Am I audible now? Am I audible to everyone?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. Don't know, this recording has been stopped maybe. 1 second. I'm just checking whatever we have done it, that has been recorded or not for the today's one. Today, yes, Zoom. Today at 1:44. No. Shit, I think we have lost for the today's recording because of the internet one. Venkatesh, you have joined very late. Venkatesh,
sir.
Joined very late.
Hello. Hello.
Yeah, Venkatesh, you joined very late.
So some work is there, so a little bit late, sir.
Okay, the class is almost over. We started on 1. No worries. Let me just recheck the recording is there or not.